My name is Sahil Pruthi, and I'm the founder of Live5, previously Keto India. And today I'm going to be talking about my whole journey of building Live5, previously Keto India, and the topic or what I'm going to call this presentation is Sure, Let's Do It. And it's going to be your step-by-step guide to painting the world exactly how you see it. Before I formally start, I'd like to give you guys a brief idea about who I am, what my background is. I am the founder of Live5, previously Keto India, and we were one of the most loved startups on season 1 of Shark Tank India, where we were offered a funding of about 1.6 crores and recently raised about 4.5 crores with angel investors. And we're a healthcare tech company in PCOS, diabetes, thyroid, obesity management space, right? And we're also one of the selected startups as a part of Stanford Seed. And most importantly, I am an NSUT alum, and I am from the branch of 2015, batch of 2015, where I graduated NSIT from information technology. And today I'm going to be talking about what it took from my journey in NSUT to building what I have built over the years, right? And I want to take you back exactly to my days in NSUT when it was called NSIT. So please bear with me if I call it NSIT during the talk, because that's what I'm more used to. When I was in NSIT and got into NSIT from my schooling, I was just studying so hard during my school days. And when I moved to NSIT, I was extremely excited about different skills that I wanted to try, which was beyond physics, chemistry, and mathematics, right? When I started my engineering course here, right? I wanted to give a shot to theaters, I wanted to give a shot to public speaking, and I wanted to give a shot to writing, poetry, everything that was related to the stage is what I wanted to give a shot to, right? But because of being the Gistu that I was, I had absolutely no idea about how to go about this, right? So I joined 16 societies in my first year of college. Right from debating society to IEEE to the theater society to every society that you can think of, I was there, right? I was hosting events, I was doing everything that there was under the sun, right? But the interesting part was in my first year of college, throughout my first year of college, I sucked. I was booed, it didn't work out on stage, and I was generally bad, right? It was until my end of first year of college that one of the people who saw me perform said that, I was thinking that maybe the audience does not get me, right? And they don't understand what the kind of talent that I have and what I have to give to the audience, right? And maybe people don't understand that enough, right? And one of the people towards my end of first year told me that when you're building something or creating something of any form, right? You might think that the audience does not get you, but it's actually the other way around, right? You don't get the audience enough, right? Which is my second part learning that I've had while I've tried to paint the world exactly how I see it, is that when you're trying to build or create anything, whether it is technology, whether it's art, whether it's through politics or giving back to the society, you have to understand the context of the room, the audience that you're building for, creating for, while you build the product, service, or art that you are, right? So know the audience that there is, right? And when I started realizing that, right, I started contextualizing everything that I was creating, whether it was event hosting, poetry, theaters, everything, right? And उस दिन से लेकर अब तक, I have spoken in over 100 plus, events, open mics, I'm a trained actor, I've pitched at various events, and this is one of my pictures from college itself where I was hosting the freshers party in my second year of college, did poetry in, across the country, and did not just stop there, right? Now an interesting thing happened in my third year of college. I was hosting the street dance festival of Moksha, right? By the second year of college, I had become good at my skill set, and people realized that if nobody is there to host the event, we will call one day prior Sahil ko bula lenge, or he will host the event and he will do all right. So this was the street dance where one day prior to the street dance competition, one of the people called me, we are not able to find somebody, and the audience is going to be quite rowdy, and we want you to perform, do the, host the event. And when I hosted the event went quite well, and people quite loved it. And there was this one guy who's right there behind me. He saw the event as well, and he said, "Bro," he was my batchmate in NSIT itself, and he said, "Bro, मेरे पास एक business plan competition है, मैं एक साल से बेचने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ. People don't buy into that business plan competition. I don't win any competition." So what I will do is that business plan competition मेरा है, पर तू pitch करेगा, right? Because I have seen you on stage. तो he said, और हम winning prize के पैसे आधे आधे कर लेंगे, like जो पैसे हम जीतेंगे आधे तेरे आधे मेरे, और मैं पीछे बैठ के बस slide change करूँगा, मैं कुछ नहीं करूँगा, जो मैं अभी कर रहा हूँ वो पीछे कर रहा था. So ये था, right? And it worked. And you know, we won business plan competition in leading colleges in India, and it was absolutely amazing, right? And this was my first exposure to the world of business, despite the fact that I had no idea about business. So here I was, an engineering student who had dabbled into theaters and public speaking, and here I was in front of investors of business plan competitions pitching for a business idea that was not even mine. So that in itself became a great experience to me, right? Which is one of the major experiences that I've had that have a sure let's do it, or say a yes attitude towards things which might come to you as new, and you never know what might come out of it, right? Fast forward to my 4th year of college, मुझे 3rd year तक लगेगा यार कि मैंने इतने सारे business plan में pitch कर लिया, अब तो मुझे entrepreneurship आ गई. And this was my 4th year after my bachelor thesis project. I started working in a company called Kronos Incorporated, and I thought I'll start a business as a side hustle. So I started a company called JobZone, which was a platform which would give feedback of any future employees that would come on the platform, right? कि जैसे एक Glassdoor है for you know, feedback of companies, I wanted to build a platform for feedback for employees. And this is a 7-year-old video, if you can look down at the bottom, where I was trying to do a Q&A for JobZone, and the startup did not work out, right? It tanked majorly. Then I started another company called Prop for India in the real estate space, tanked again. And I got very sad, because here I was winning business plan competitions, and here I was not able to get money from the customers. Didn't work out, right? Which gave me the next lesson of you know, painting the world exactly how I see it, is that sometimes in life you're not ready, and it is okay. Right? You have to realize the fact that you might be ready for one stage of your life, but you might not be for the other stage, right? And I made peace with the fact that I'm not ready for entrepreneurship right now. I need to learn, right? And I need to learn various skills, what it takes to be able to build a company, right? And which was my next lesson, which was give things time, right? So JobZone and Prop for India were my side hustles with a Fortune 500 company. But I realized to be able to build a company, I have to be with entrepreneurs. So I moved from Travel Triangle, from a Fortune 500 company, Kronos Incorporated, to Travel Triangle, which was you know, a Series A funded company, and the company was fairly growing at a good pace, and I was one of the first product managers in the company, right? और initial 2.5-3 साल में वो बहुत सीखा, right? I was just 22, and product management as a career was not as sexy as it is now, right? And I'm talking 8 years back, right? You had to have an MBA with few years of experience to get into product management, and here I was a product manager at Travel Triangle, right? And वहाँ पर मैंने बहुत कुछ सीखा, right from product to design to analytics to marketing to sales, सब कुछ मैंने वहाँ पर सीखने की कोशिश की, and I had the best time there, right? And I realized that these are the skills that it takes to be able to build a company, right? But I still thought I was still not ready, right? 2.5 साल बाद, 3 साल बाद, I had a major crisis, and it was back in September 2017 when my mom had a major brain surgery, right? Life turned upside down completely for me. I had to leave my job immediately and be off my job just to take care of her. And here I was, who had learned product, design, analytics, marketing, who had taken a break from work to now read healthcare to take care of her, to take care of his mom, to make sure that the problem does not happen again. Both my sister and I were off our jobs for good 9 months, where I would just read about why the surgery was needed and what can we do to be able to make sure it never happens again. And you know, my sister would just take care of all things operational and logistics and cooking, right? So she was taking care of one department, I was taking care of the research, and I would spend hours every day to just read, right? And you will be amazed to know that it's been over 5 years, my mom is healthy and still with us, right? And I realized that, you know, after that I moved on from, you know, gathered the guts from taking care of my mom to get back to my job. मुझे realize हो गया कि मुझे healthcare में काफ़ी interest है, and मैंने एक healthcare company join की, it was called Innovator. वहाँ पर 9 महीने मैंने US healthcare के बारे में काफ़ी कुछ सीखा, और healthcare की knowledge मुझे because of my 9-month break realize हुई, right? But I realized that the knowledge that I had was not just limited to a brain surgery. I realized that using the power of integrative care, you can help people with remission of diabetes, PCOS, thyroid, obesity, and I also understood healthcare because of my product management career in Innovator and Travel Triangle as well, right? So I decided that I will start a page as a hobby, an Instagram page as a hobby, and I will help people out with diabetes, PCOS, thyroid, obesity, fatty liver, and hypertension through the power of nutrition, supplementation, exactly what I did for my mom, right? Which is the next lesson in painting the world exactly how you see it, right? You should very deeply know your why of why you're building what you're building, right? It can be a very deep-rooted problem. It can be something that you think that if you don't build, the world will lose out on something, and if you build something, the world will genuinely be a better place, right? Till the time you don't know your why, you will not be able to go through the problems that come in the what, how, and when, right? मतलब what, how, and when का मतलब है कि आप क्या build कर रहे हैं, कितने time में build करेंगे और कैसे build करेंगे. You will go through so much pain, so many problems that it will be hard for you to bear, right? So till the time you don't have a strong enough why, don't move on to the what, right? And if you have a strong enough why, you will be able to go through every problem that there is, right? Your pain threshold will increase, right? Now fast forward to from the point where I moved on from Innovator to start my brand, then called Keto India, now Livify. While you're building your company, the hard part is not just building your company, but actually taking the brave call of moving on from your job to starting your company, right? And taking the hard calls, right? And that is extremely difficult, right? And ये चीज़ हमें कॉलेज में नहीं सिखाई जाती, हमें कंप्यूटर साइंस सिखाई जाएगी, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स सिखाई जाएगी, but the important muscle that we are never taught is to be brave, right? I think being brave and common sense are two muscles that you should build as soon as possible in your life, right? If you think that there is a strong enough why for doing what you're doing, you should be brave enough to take calls, right? जीत हुई तो जीत हुई, पर हार हुई तो हार हुई, it's okay. But you should be able to take back your decisions as they come, basically, right? And be brave about the fact that if there is something that you genuinely believe in, take the plunges early on, and that is very, very important. And when I started my company, मुझे एक चीज़ बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग रियलाइज हुई थी जब मैं इनोवेटर से काम करके कंपनी स्टार्ट की. मुझे रियलाइज हुआ कि नाउ दैट आई गॉट इनटू बीइंग एन एंटरप्रेन्योर, आई विल डू ऑल थिंग्स सेक्सी, राइट? मैं प्रोडक्ट मैनेजमेंट करूँगा, मैं क्लाइंट्स के लिए इम्पैक्ट करूँगा, बट मेरे ऑफिस मैंने स्टार्ट किया और बाथरूम में पानी नहीं आ रहा, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी नहीं चल रही, वाईफाई नहीं चल रहा, HR इश्यूज आ रहे हैं, कंपनी रजिस्टर करनी पड़ रही है, GST फाइल करना पड़ रहा है, TDS करना पड़ रहा है, एंड दैट इज वेरी tedious for real, right? So I realized that in the process of doing what you genuinely want to do, it's not just about doing things that you like, right? It's also about doing the things that you don't like with the same kind of consistency, with the same kind of intensity as you do things that you like, right? When you start doing things that you don't like with the same sincerity, you will actually value the things that you like with the same kind of, you will value the things even more, and the products that you build will even be more impactful, right? And eventually you will slowly start hiring people for things that you don't like, but you should know how to do things that you don't like with the same kind of sincerity, right? And I can tell you for a fact, it's been 4 years since I've been running this company, things that I don't like still keep coming back to me, despite the fact that I've hired enough, right? So, but they come to me in different forms, but the muscle of doing things that you don't like is very important, and build it early on in your career. Now, during my building of, process of building the company, I have realized that the market constantly keeps evolving, right? Customer को आज से 4 साल पहले क्या चाहिए था is very different from what they need today. New competitors will keep coming in the market. Some competitor will raise higher money than you, right? But you have to be it's very important for you to realize that you have to constantly know how to learn, adapt, pivot, and evolve, right? And I say this to every founder or anybody who's creating, right? The version of you that was needed maybe a year and a half back is not the one that is going to be relevant today, right? And it is very important for you to even kill portions of you that are not relevant anymore, right? So you have to know how to learn, pivot, and evolve as you grow in time to be able to build something meaningful and impactful, and constantly keep evolving as a person. After seeing a fair bit of success, I realized that it is very important to, in the process of, painting the world exactly how you see it, it is very important for you to be exactly the same person you are when you were, reasonably successful to maybe when you are not successful, very successful, right? Because, in entrepreneurship or anything that you're creating in life, the highs will be too high and the lows will be too low, right? And agar aap emotionally बहुत excited हो रहे हैं about the highs, the lows will mess up with you even worse, right? So it's very important to be the same person, right? Career की volatility की वजह से अपनी emotional volatility change मत करो. Be the same person, be as humble as you can as a person, and you'll make sure that you'll be able to go through the highs and the lows with the same kind of emotional state that you are in. And which is the most important last learning which I would want to talk about is that I have tried multiple skills from the point when I joined NSUT to now, right? Right from theaters to public speaking to event hosting to debating to entrepreneurship now. I've realized that you should enjoy or you should paint the world exactly how you see it because you like the process of painting, right? Not because you want to make it to Shark Tank India, right? Very important, right? A lot of people come to me and ask me, how do you make it to Shark Tank India, right? Fame, money, recognition, they are all outcomes, right? And you should be excited about the process more than the outcomes, right? When you have a deep enough why, you enjoy the what, the fame, the money will automatically take care of itself. And I can tell you for a fact that if you enjoy the process, you will quite likely make it to big companies. You will make it to Shark Tank India. You will have a large enough business. You will create your art. You will get into that company of your dreams only if you enjoy the process. Thank you so much. And I hope you create the world exactly how you see it. Thank you.